Yeah, good morning, students. Can you hear me? Every one of you? Hello, can you hear me, every one of you? I've been trying to connect. I'm not able to hear you. Hello? Yeah, okay, fine. So, did you solve yesterday's numerical? We discussed the numerical, right? So, have you solved yesterday's numerical? Okay, okay. Hello, can you hear me? Someone? Hello, hello. So, okay, fine. So, what happened to Udit Haloi? He doesn't connect to any this one. He doesn't connect to the this one audio. He's just simply coming here and attending or like that. I think so. Udit Haloi is there. Then Daniel Aomi seems like they doesn't connect to the audio. This is not fair. From next time onwards, they won't get attendance if they don't connect to the audio. Tell them. Okay. So right now, uh, what was the answer that you got yesterday's numerical? This was the numerical, right? What was the answer? What is the answer? Can you please write in the chat box? 28.1 mm. Okay. What about others? Someone? What about others? No one solved? 17.7. Kabom. Yeah. Kabom. Okay. Okay. Very good. Very good. You guys have tried. That's a very good thing. Those who got 17.79, 17.8, that is the correct answer. Okay. So this is how it is being done. The others who got the different answers, you have to refer to the solution. Just have a look at it. Do I need to explain this numerical to the ones who didn't understand? Yes, someone please respond. Students, I'm asking you something. Do I need to explain it or it's okay?
Explain a bit, sir.
So, what are your doubts? So, if you see here, if you see here, first you have to consider three triangle rectangles. Since this figure is made up of three rectangles, one, two, and three. So, if you have these three rectangles, then first of all, let us consider rectangle ABFJ. Hmm. So if you consider rectangle ABFJ, then what happens? You have to find out what? The area A1, that means what? Length into breadth, you got this area. Fine. Now, as discussed yesterday, hmm, you have to find out by which axis this is symmetrical. Now look, yesterday the numerical that we discussed, it was symmetrical about y-axis. But today the scenario is a bit different. Huh? So why the scenario is different? This is because this is symmetrical about the x-axis. Why it is x-axis? Look, the figure is somewhat like this, right? Now, if you cut in this part into here, huh? If you cut this part here, then only you will get like this one part and the other part. So you are cutting it from here. Hmm? So then only you will get one part here, the other part here, right? But if you cut it from here, then obviously it will be different, na? Like this. Suppose this is the figure, you are cutting it from here. So you will get two part like this and one part like this. So this is not symmetrical. This is non. So this is what? Non-symmetrical. Right. So if this is non-symmetrical and this is symmetrical, so here it will be what? By x-axis. So now how will you find out x1 first? So you have to find out x1, right? Then x2, because it is symmetrical about the x-axis, so you have to find out x1, x2, and x3. Now how will you find out x1 first? Now if you consider like this, huh? If you consider the axis to be like this, then what is happening? Here it is y, here it is x. So now since it is symmetrical about the x-axis, so we will consider only x. Now if you see A, B, this one, this rectangle A, B, F, J. Okay. So if this rectangle is present, so what happens here? Now the axis is somewhat like this, no? The axis is somewhat like this. Now here it is y, here it is x. Huh? So if x and y are present from x side, look here. What they will do? What you will do is for this one, it is in x direction. This 50 mm. But we all know the center of gravity is what? L by 2. So that is why x1 is 50 by 2. Okay. Now after that we go to what? Rectangle eh, E G K Nj. Now, if you go to rectangle EZKJ, then what happens? Then what happens in the rectangle EZKJ? The x-axis is what? This is the center, right? So if this is the center, then this small distance is how much? 15 mm, right? So x2 is what? 15 by 2 is 7.5 mm. And similarly here, x3 is 50 by 2, 25 mm. Now, if you see here, you found out the area for this one. Now, if you have to find out the area of rectangle E, now if you have to find out the area of E, G, K, and J, how will you find out? This is 100, right? The total. Now you have to subtract 15 from here, 15 from here. That means what? Subtract 30. Now the thickness is 15 mm, you all know. So 100 minus 30 into 15, this is how you will find out the area. Rest is simple. Now we all know the formula. The formula is what? A1x1 plus A2x2 plus A3x3 equal to A1 divided by A1 plus A2 plus A3. And eventually you'll get this answer. Simple. Okay, I think it is clear for everyone. Yeah, is it clear?
Yes, sir. It's clear.
Okay, good. So now we're done with this. So let's go to some other topics. Or so that last numerical is clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we are going to solve our next one. So how will you solve it? Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Nothing,
No?
sir.
Huh?
Nothing.
Nothing,
No,
no?
nothing, sir.
Give me a minute.
We can see, sir.
Okay. You can see it. Now if you see this figure, look at this figure. Just pay attention here. Now if you see this figure, okay, so how can you find out the centroid? So is this figure symmetrical? First of all, tell me if this figure is symmetrical.
Sir,
No,
I
sir.
don't think so. There is
You
no
don't
way
think
to
so? No. Give me
symmetry.
give me this one. Yes or no. Don't give diplomatic answer, Temazar.
No.
Yeah, good. That's what should be an answer. Yes. Tamsu, someone gave yes. Okay. According to Temazar, it is no. It is not symmetrical, right? Temazar? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Temazar? Ah, okay. Fine. You are no. So, Imsong said that it is yes. And anyone with yes? Anyone with yes? Or everyone is no? Yeah, okay. Suraj said no. Fine. So, Imsong, just please pay attention. So, how can it be like symmetrical? Look, if you just divide this figure, this is a L, right? This is a L. I mean, just a minute. This is an L, right? If this is an L, huh? If you cut this from here, then what? This is in Y direction, so you'll get what? Like this and small like this, right? Now, if you cut it from here, what will happen? You'll get similar thing only. Huh? You will get here, if you cut it from here, you will get there are half here and half here. So these are obviously non-symmetry, right? So if this is not symmetrical, then there is no point of finding out only x or y. Now yesterday someone said me, so why we are finding out only x or only y? Look, that is what the difference is all about. Huh? So if the figure is symmetrical, then we have to find it for only that direction in which it is symmetrical. If it is x, then you go for x formula. If it is y, you go for the y formula. But in this case, in this case, if you can see, the figure is what? The whole figure is only not symmetrical, right? If the whole figure is not symmetrical, then definitely I would say the whole figure is not symmetrical, then definitely you have to find out for both. You have to find out for both x and y. That means what? You have to find out a1, a2 first of all, and then you just consider. Then you just consider it what? Like this, the axis. Here it is this one like this, the axis. Yes, you just consider this and this, these two axes. So you just consider this is y, and this is what x, right? So you have to find out what? There are two figures, right? 1 and 2. For convenience, I have just marked it down. So you have to find out x1 and x2, and then y1 and y2, because this is not symmetrical. That is why you have to find out x1, x2, y1, y2. Then only we will be able to find out x bar and y bar, right? So did you get it? So can you try it out to solve? I guess this is very easy. You should try. Will you try, students? You got your copies, right?
Yeah.
Okay, please.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Kabam, try. Everyone try. Yeah, good. And once you are done, you just show me the answers. First, we will be able to find out the area, na A1, A2. Now look, there is one trick here. I'm giving one hint. Pay attention. If you see this figure, if you see this figure, this one, fine. The one is what? This one from here, it is going like this up to like this. Now you cannot consider the figure 2 the whole thing. You have to consider it from here. Remember, you have to consider the figure 2 from here, because if you consider this thing, then this part will overlap, right? So if this part overlaps, then this is of no use. So you have to consider here. If you consider the whole, here you consider only this one, this part. That means this part, if you consider here, it is this part. You consider this part here, you consider here this part. Okay, please pay attention to that and then try solving it. Students, are you able to sort it out? The numerical. Why you always give your attendance, Pura? I have not asked for your attendance, right? Pura Tachang. So this is not the way to give the attendance. Okay. Out of there should not be any coordinates. You just write it in the form of a coordinates. There should not be any, what do you call it, or something like that. I have to ask in the question it is given. You have to find out what the coordinates, right? Your y, just write which one is x and which one is y in the form of like this. I'll say everyone should write the answer in the form of x comma y. Okay, so what you got for x, what you got for y, just write it down in this manner. The answer. No, no, you have done mistake. The answer is not correct. One is correct, but 35 I think so it is for y, and x I think so it is different in the x bar. Just check it out once before solving up, because many people will make one mistake here, huh? So while finding out x and y, look. So what will happen? Yeah, John Kerry, your answer is correct. John Kerry's answer is correct. Just like you write it in this manner, John Kerry, in this manner, okay, in the coordinate system. It will be in the question it is given. Find the centroid, right? So the centroid is basically what? Centroid is actually a point. Okay. Since centroid is basically a point, so you have to write in the form of what? Coordinates. So please write in the form of coordinates when you are asked to find out centroid of n like this. Okay, John Kerry, please write the answer in the form of this x and y. Now many people will make one mistake here. I'm just trying to highlight that thing. Look, in the x side, if you have to find x1, x1 will be simple. This is 20, so 20 by 2 is what? 10. But if you have to find x2, x2 will be what? X2 will be what? So this is the center point of this figure, right? Of this rectangle 2. That means this one, right? Of this rectangle. So this is the center point of this rectangle here. That means here. So what happens? Not only this, but you have to add this one also. So here it is 20, and here what will be the distance? It is what? 80 minus 20 is 60. So 60 by 2 is 30 plus what? 20. So x2 will be what? 50. Similarly for y it is same. In y1 will be what? 100 by 2 y1, and y2 will be what? Y2 will be, here only 20 is there, no? So 20 by 2. Simple. So eventually you can find in the form of x and y. Okay. So I've got one answer from John Kerry. Your answer is correct. What about others? Please try it. Don't take much time. Okay, so 2 more minutes and I'll discuss the answers with you. So whosoever is done, just take 2 more minutes, then I'll discuss the answer with you. Hidam and Suraj, your answers are correct. Okay. Okay, here's another answer from Pinab Jyoti. Okay, it's clear. Good, good, very good. So, okay, lots of people have answered. Trubha Jyoti, Him Song. Yeah, good, good. So let us discuss the answers. Okay. Yeah, Manar, any problem? Kabom, yeah, good, very good. Let us discuss the answer. So look at the answers. So how it is done is this. Look, I told you. So your main motive is to find out x1 y1 and x2 y2. Okay. So if you have to find out x1 y1 and x2 y2, so what do you do need to do is I just told you right now, right? Yeah. Many people has done it correctly. Very good. So if you have to find out, if you have to find out like this, look. So for one rectangle, what? 1. So rectangle 1 you find out. How will you find out? Area is length into breadth, right? If area is length into breadth, then this one. You got it, this one. Okay. Now you find out x1. How will you find out x1? Look, you just consider this axis. Huh? Now x1 will be what? This one. So in this x direction, so 20 by 2 is how much? 10. Now you have to find out y1 here. How will you find out y1? So it is in the y direction, right? So this one. So y1 is 100 by 2, 50 mm. Fine. The first is over. Now coming to rectangle number 2. So in rectangle number 2, how will you find out the area first? A2. So area is what? Length into breadth. Now you will know the breadth is 20. It's okay. But here the length is how much? It not 80. Look, this is 20, right? So we have to consider for length only this part. If you have to consider a length only this part, then it is what? 80 minus 20. This is what? 60. That is why this is coming like this. And the breadth is what? 20 is here. So it is 1200 mm. Now if you see x2, nah, you have to find out x2, nah? So in the x direction here, like this. Just now I showed you, nah? So it is 50. So it is 50. How it came 50? Just now I showed you. Now similarly you find out y2. If you have to find out y2, it's simple. The y is going in this direction, 20 by 2, 10. Now put the expressions in the formula. A1 x1 A2 x2 and A1 y1 A2 y2, and eventually you will get the answer like this. So I don't think so I have any doubt or something like that. So are you having any doubts? Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Clear, right? I think so it is clear for every one of you. If you have any doubt, you can ask me regarding this numerical or the one that we did before this morning. Okay, so good, no doubt, I guess, everyone.